continuous hits now on some of these. Oh, that is going down. That's just been absolutely hammered. Excellent. That just took some hits. Excellent. We are hitting these ships quite nicely. Hello everybody, welcome back to another MoisTea gaming video where we're going to be coming back to the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts campaign. It's been a few days since I've done one of these, not going to lie, I've had to do a little catch up. But I think I am now fully up to date with what's going on. We've just taken back Cuba. Well, not taken back, we've taken it from the Spanish. We are still at war with. We're also at war with Italy. We've got this fleet over here, which is going to get reinforced with 4 more light cruisers, and the old battleship is going to get replaced. The other 4 light cruisers are on their way, and the other old battleship is also on its way. We're going to have fleets that consist of this, 2 Washingtons for the time being, and 8 light cruisers of the older Augusta class. They're about 5 years old now. We've just designed 2 more different kind of light cruisers. It was quite difficult to choose between the 2. We've got the armoured cruiser, which has got less main gun firepower, but lots of 3-inch guns on there. Or we have the light cruiser 2 hull, with a lot more general higher firepower, so we'll be better at taking out some other cruisers and things. However, they are not as survivable as a ship in general. So what I'm going to do is build some of each and start replacing these Augustas. These new cruisers will incorporate lots of new technology, lots of new cannons and everything else much better. Including some torpedo protection, I think, is on these. And so on and so on, much improved. The Washington class, which is our most recent battleship, certainly is better than the Kansas class, which we still have some running. We are going to be replacing all of them with the Washingtons and then probably do a refit on that. And then let's see where we're at. Not bothered about torpedo boats or anything like that at the moment. What I'm going to plan on doing though is having some light destroyers or torpedo destroyers, whichever one it is. If we have a look up here we go. We're going to have the displacement for 700 ton on the destroyer design. I'm going to hope that we can just plop a few of those in. Started around with mine laying capacities so that they will gradually defense up all of our ports as we're going. Sounds like a plan to me. This fleet consists of all the other old battleships, which I'm going to put in mothballs once they are replaced, hoping that another country will purchase them. We have 2 fully operational fleets of 2 battleships and 8 light cruisers here and here. I've been told doing a naval invasion on minor nations, even if they are allied with a major nation that you're at war with, doesn't work, so that's quite disappointing. I'm going to have to maneuver our fleets and do something else with them. Honestly, yeah, it makes sense that you can't do it in some degree because there's no button to press them. It's all based on random roll of the dice, so we're going to leave the Colombians alone, because that's what we're going to go for. We're going to have to concentrate on getting other areas. So with us being at war with Spain, we could potentially grab this piece of Africa and start trying to take over the rest of it. There's the mainland itself, but that might be a bit of a push. We do have other ports though floating around. One place I would like to grab is the Philippines, so we may end up focusing on that. However, we do need more fleets over here to start doing that. Italy also has control over some of this as well, but British are looking like they're going to grab that first. So at the moment, it looks like we're just going to be going for mainland. I want to get a presence over here. Well, not the mainland, but, you know, the African Western Sahara and the Canary Islands. If I can, I want to try and grab the Philippines from a perspective of the peace deal. We'll see. One thing that might encourage them is that we have just done a successful naval invasion of Cuba, and their fleet is over here with no supply port near it, so we're going to try and murder them. That fleet is quite substantial: 9 armoured cruisers, 18 light cruisers, and 8 torpedo boats. But with them having going to be very limited fuel and such, it should be quite easy to murder them, because they shouldn't have sufficient fuel to get up to speed, which should mean we can go in, pick them all off until we have ran out of ammunition and be done with it. So let's see about doing that, shall we? Let's try and get one of our fleets, the 2 battleships and 8 light cruisers, over to intercept them. This may be a suicide mission, but we're going to have a dabble regardless, and we're going to get the other one over here as well. They're probably going to be trying to maneuver closer to home, so we'll have them somewhere near. We only have 2 Washingtons currently in our fleet. We're going to be aiming... we only have 4. We're going to be replacing all the other ones. We've got 4 more building, and they're going to be ready in 11 months. The game's received a couple of updates recently, and I think it's fiddled with the user interface. For example, on here, everything's a bit skew-whiff now. So if it's a little bit fuzzy on your screen, yeah, it is because of this. What I'm going to do is, with this old fleet, I'm going to maneuver them around the Spanish mainland and get some kind of blockade going on. Or we could even just try and go over here with our fleet, and they can assist in the naval invasion that I'm going to initiate. I'm going to be a little bit strapped for supplies around here though, because it is Africa, but we are allied with Britain, so we should be able to get supplies from Gibraltar, for example. We're going to move these ships all the way up here. They can still be useful, all of them. All 6 of the old battleships and 8 light cruisers. Research-wise, we are pressing on. It would be nice if we had dual cannon on the 6-inch guns, because then the armoured cruisers that we've just designed could have double the firepower, essentially. That would make up for the deficiency in main gun armament. It's going to be in gun layout somewhere, though, isn't it? Or it might be in turret mechanisms, actually. Might have to have a dabble. So here we go, we have managed to intercept the Spanish fleet. Whether they are on low fuel or not is questionable, but they do have quite a few 6-inch guns, which are a threat to my light cruisers. Their torpedoes are going to be the biggest problem. The light cruisers that we have currently running aren't the best at negating some of the damage from them. But these torpedoes, we're going to have to watch these torpedo boats. They only have 1 torpedo tube on them, but they have maximum bulkheads, so they'll take a little while to sink. Their light cruisers all appear to be the same class. The weaponry isn't too much of a threat, really, bar from, again, the torpedo tubes. So we'll have to have a go at this. Let's fight it. So this is what we're up against. We shall see. This is will be the first time we've used the Washington class in the battle area itself, so we're going to see how accurate they are. They're much improved over the previous battleship, which didn't really do anything. We ended up using the light cruisers more than anything. So these should have some good longer range accuracy, so we shall see. Just got into combat. We need to arrange our ships accordingly. The enemy are to the northwest. Don't quite know how far away, but we've still got a little bit of distance. Need to get our screening ships over this way to protect the battleships from nuisances. We must be getting close. The time maximum has reduced. Our ships are sort of getting there in terms of getting into formation. We've got this lot, which are now actually getting sorted, and we have this lot, which are going to be following Division 2, just for the time being, and we can split them off at any time. First enemy ship has been spotted. Torpedo boat. One of, how many of these was there? 8? think. So they're going to be more over there. What is this? This is smoke that they're kicking off, so that's going to be a load of their cruisers. So we're on the right track. I've got all of our ships onto save ammunition as best as possible. But we shall see. I'm also going to have them reduced speed slightly so they're on full. This should give them a accuracy bonus because they're not swirling around as much and the engines aren't vibrating as much. So we shall see how effective that is. There's another one coming into view now. First shots are fired. Washington fired on... oh, that one. What is that? That is a... ah, that's one of their armored cruisers. Now we can't see it again. Interesting. Lost sight. That was immediately fired upon now, so that is promising. Must have been a good potential target. Now we've got all these. All of them are going to be forming a shield around the battleships, and the battleships will hopefully destroy everything. Now these torpedo boats are coming in for a gander, and it looks like the enemy fleet is coming generally that way, so we do need to be careful. We may need to just swing our fleet forward slightly. We do want to have our ships a little bit closer to the battleships, I feel. Hopefully we start targeting some of these torpedoes first. They are going to be a nuisance. Now we are set to follow, so we're going to be a little bit danger close really to their torpedo boats, but we'll have to see. Just change the target. I've had to do it manually. They're going to start firing upon these now. They're getting... ooh, that was rather close above the head. They're getting a little bit close for comfort, these things. They're really coming in. I have to turn the fleet, I think. Keep these steady. Let the light cruisers do the job. We've got a torpedo in the water, but it's ours. We do have greater range than the enemy, but it's going to get within torpedo range. We're going to have to do some maneuvers, I think, to get that off the projected course of death. That torpedo might miss the target as well, which I strongly suspect it will. I don't really want to be using the torpedoes on these things. It's launched one back. I have to do a tight turn. A really tight turn. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of the battleships actually. That's a little bit scary. I think we've avoided that. I have to set them back to automatic firing. That's how dangerous torpedoes are. We have managed to avoid that. There are others coming in for a dabble. We need to be aware of what is going on with these at all times. Going to get them back on course. Move our battleships away from them. We've got a lot of ships over there. Quite worrying. We got our first hit on one of them. Nice. It's still very close though. It's taking on water now. I think that was the light cruiser that did it. We've also got a torpedo in the water going for it. We'll see if that hits. We are hurting them now. This torpedo looks like it might be a hit. Nice. That's going to be one of the pesky torpedoes gone. This one just took a big hit. What was that from? 5-inch gun from the light cruiser. Nice. They really do rip them to shreds. Just what we like. Oh, there you go. Another double hit there almost. 5-inch guns from the light cruisers are doing their job nicely. So that's going to be a few of them dealt with. Now we need to start looking at where we want to go from here. So it does look like a lot of their bigger boats are over here. These are the prime target, really, the one I want to be going for. Get our battleships engaged with them. They also have plenty of light cruisers floating around, which we do need to drastically reduce the number of. So we could come about and see about seeing what is in there. We could even just keep going on our current course, we will be intercepting a lot of these ships. Their cruisers are a nuisance. They have many torpedoes on them. It's not nice. Just trying to get the battleships back into a normal firing position while we take on the rest of this fleet. One of the enemy's 4.2-inch guns hit. Oh, it's only a partial pen. Well, that's good. It does look like these cruisers are coming in for the kill, just like what they went to do with the torpedo boats as well. They are actually starting to hit us. Nothing that we can need to worry about even. Hit us again, partial pen, nothing to worry about. We are starting to get some hits on this thing now. More fire is approaching on it. Those were the big guns. They did miss. We're going straight through this ship. Armour on it isn't great. Main belt is only 2.2. Probably get a high explosive 9-inch shell in there. Is taking damage. As it gets closer, it's going to be hammered. That's a good hit. Nice, there we go. Some torpedo detonations. Lots of overpens going straight through it. It's not ideal, but it will have probably more chance of... Oh, that was a big gun. What was that? That might be the armoured cruisers that we see. Nice. Ships nearly getting blasted. These shells are getting closer and closer to it. Oh, we took a hit though. We are very close though, that will be why. Oh, nice. A good battle line going on here. Our battleships are now firing like mad. We're going to be hitting that thing. Can't take much more punishment than this. They are staying out of torpedo range, which is wonderful for us. Flash fire, nice. I think this ship has well and truly had enough. This is a nice shot of this ship though. Look at that. Loads of stuff in there. If I could just get the flag in there, then that would be a good screenshot. Still moving on. That ship is now well and truly dead. This ship isn't going to be surviving too long neither. At current rates, it's really close. The one buddy in its background is having a fun time. It is going to be penning our ship slightly, but it's only partial pens, so we're not too worried about that. Not having a good time. Our battleship is going to be firing now as well. If that hits, ooh, not quite. Main gun. Oh, that's not going to be good. Taking on water already. Oh, it's going to be knackered, is this? Those shells are just getting closer and closer. That's still going bang. We've got another light cruiser down there, which is thinking about having a dabble. We've got some of these armoured cruisers coming in for a look now, which is going to be fun. Have a look at these things. 6.6-inch gun. Looks quite tidy actually. This is currently the fleet line of battle and engagement. That looks like it's getting a little bit too close for comfort, but there's not much we can do about that. That ship is going to get absolutely smashed. We want to start turning the fleet, really. That's just getting absolutely smashed. Looking at it, they've left a lot of their armoured cruisers down here, which we can engage. They're the big targets that we want. We're in a good position to be actually dealing with them. The enemy fleet does have a couple of stragglers down here. But are going to be trying to engage at the back end of our fleet, which is absolutely fine. But we can swing around and have a dabble. Let's get our battleships in more of a prominent position and get closer and closer to their ships. They are still going to be attacking us down here. That is fine, we're dealing with that. Our ships are gradually murdering them. We've already murdered several of their ships now. That's what, 5? They are definitely trying to have a gander in though, so we'll see how this turns out. Our ship is burning quite heavily, but it's nothing that they can't handle. Only a few bits. Won't be long before we score some good hits on this. This is the light cruiser from the back end of the formation, which is trying to fondle us. We're getting a few good hits. They're on HE because they cannot penetrate properly with their armor piercing. So that means I've done the armor up well. Nice. The range of our torpedoes is proving to be a good deterrent, actually. Normally, I think they would have come really much closer in, but we've launched a torpedo there and it's fended them off. Their torpedoes only have a range of 900 meters. Ours are on 1200, so that was a good investment in research. That just took a few bad hits. Remember, these aren't really armoured up. I'm wondering what we're firing. Oh, we are on the armour piercing. Well, if they hit, they're going to be going straight through that thing and exploding. Marvellous job. Going on here. Oh, they're all having a dabble. They're getting a little bit giddy. They're all trying to get behind each other. This is the same ship. It's still being hammered. Severely listing now. It's not having a good time. Taking on a lot of water. Going to keep pepping holes in it. Surprised it's not backed off by now. I think it would have done, but it's not. Going straight through the thing. Oh, that water's spreading now. What bulkheads do these have? These have maximum bulkheads as well. We just keep going through them now, so this is not going to survive for very long. First engagement of the armoured cruisers. Our 5-inch shells go through it, which is wonderful. Casemate penetration. That's not done them any favours. We're going to keep hitting that. Their armour is talking around 4.8 on the main belt, which is fine. That one went straight through. Torpedo bolts still lingering. Our fleet is having a bit of a funny do over here. I don't really want to get too close to them on that way, but we do want to keep approaching these. These are all exposed, so I'm going to try and murder them. As soon as the fleet gets a little bit more organised, we should be good. We are trying to get closer, which is a little bit dangerous. I may even put smoke on these things, but we are hitting that. We've nearly wiped out one of their armoured cruisers already. Not having a good time of it. What hit that? That was the light cruisers. They are obliterating that. The armour is not good enough. 4.8 on the main belt. I think our light cruisers have more armour than that. Let's have a look. Yes, we do. We've got 5 inches on the main belt, so we're absolutely hammering them. One of their is only... Oh, wow, that just took a big hit. That isn't going to be going up for very long. That was, again, the light cruisers smashing them. This is good. This is very good. There's going to be another torpedo bolt gone. This is taking some big hits as well, not surviving continuously. This is excellent. Our gun crews has definitely sorted themselves out. These are the older ships as well. Imagine what it's going to be like on the newer ships with the improved hull and improved guns. Looking good. Taking more hits. Our battleships are firing from all the way over there still. Looking at this, they have responded, but we should be okay if we make sure our ships get in line. I'm going to turn them down a little bit again. I sped them up just to keep up the formation. Still hammering these ships down here, which is excellent. That one is pretty much done. The engines are gone. The rudder is gone. Still going to be peppering at these armoured cruisers. Don't think they'll pen at that angle, but they will certainly do them some damage. Loads of them just sat there. Have a look over here. Yeah, we're still doing okay. We've not really taken much damage at all, but they are very much armoured up, these ships. That light cruiser is getting quite dangerously close though, so we need to be aware. We have just launched a torpedo at it. That should fend it off. And if it doesn't decide to turn, then it's going to get hit. Either way. They're all having a fun time down there. Excellent job. Oh, we got an overpen. The 6.6-inch gun will go through these light cruisers. Something's blowing up in the distance. Can't quite figure out what it is. I'm hoping our battleships will start firing on these soon. And the torpedo is a hit. Ooh, that's not good. Right in the engine bay as well. That's going to really do them in. We've just sank another light cruiser. Must have been that one which we were hammering before. We've got 2 more armoured cruisers coming. Just had to step away from the PC for a little while. Kind of forgot where I'm going. Looks like we have a nice S shape. Oh yeah, that's it. So we've got 2 of these armoured cruisers having a gander. We are just obliterating this light cruiser, which is thoroughly getting smashed, being hit by the battleships that we have. Flash fire again. Excellent. It must be a dodgy design. Look at that. Gone. Excellent. Not bad at all. Not going to survive that for very long. Being hit continuously again, so that's going to be another ship gone. Oh no! We've got a flash fire. That, I think, is the first one we have. That is not fun. That ship is now going to actually go to the back of the formation, which is still a dangerous place. I'm actually going to get this ship to detach and sail away in that location as best possible speed. Hopefully it survives. Then we need to get this battle line still going in that general direction. I think we're going down, to be completely honest. It's not looking good. Oh, wrong button there. I think we've just lost our first ship from a flash fire. Not ideal. That is going down. Nevertheless, we're still carrying on. We're going to have to gradually replace these ships anyway, so that's not too bad. These ships get too much closer, they're going to get hammered. This one is thoroughly being slapped. Taking on a lot of water. We seem to be taking a few hits. We're taking flooding. What is that from? That is from the partial pen, CL. It's hard to say really. Could get these on for the smoke screen. They are getting quite close to the enemy there. And that armoured cruiser is gone. Excellent. Still looking a little bit sketchy up here. We're not doing too bad though. Oh, we are taking hits there. CL is taking some damage. That will probably be... We're taking a few hits now. The CAs are capable of getting through. We are doing some good return fire, sinking in the enemy's hull. These have lots of 4.1-inch guns. Lots of them just got partial penned. They are more armoured. We're not looking too bad. This is looking a little bit more precarious. We could do with more guns down here, so I've decided to go for the smoke screen and help them stay alive. These armoured cruisers of the enemies only have standard bulkheads. Once they have a few holes in them, they don't seem to like it too much. This is going down very quickly. Look at the list on that. Not ideal. Gonna be all over soon. Where's our battleships? They are proving to be quite effective, these. Our ships are a little bit too close to the enemy down here though. Taking a few hits. Torpedoes are in the water. That should deter them. Got an engine hit down here. That's not great, but it's not the end of the world. They are getting quite close. Got one torpedo in the water. Is that going to be enough? That might deter this light cruiser. We are taking a few hits. Up north, we've just sank that other ship. Might be worth doing a spin around to help support this. We are hitting. That torpedo is a miss. They have successfully evaded that. A lot of our crews are seasoned. They're green though. Where's the other ones gone? Here we go. This crew is seasoned. They will have a much better accuracy rate and repairability in general. But it is an old ship, so it's still not fantastic. The technology isn't there. We definitely need to adjust the line in which we are sailing now. And we could turn back around and potentially prod a lot of this. Or we could just keep going this way and keep the sustained fire on. So we're going to go for that option. Battleships seem inclined to be shooting our guys over here. It is looking a little bit precarious. We've taken some damage. We've got another sinkage. Nice. Another armoured cruiser is gone. They were the main target of this. This is looking a little bit dodgy for them. We're potentially going to lose some ships here. I am actually going to manoeuvre this back around. Hopefully this doesn't fluster them all too much. But we do need to support our friendlies. Let's get them working around. Look at this. It's not looking very good position, really. Plenty of ships around, very close range. Armoured cruisers with the 6-inch guns are also firing. Our battleships are trying to return fire, but I think the distance is just a little bit too far. That wasn't good. More flooding. Need to get that ship out of there, really. What's going on here? Are they swapping around? Hard to say. Gonna have to get this ship out. This one's going to detach and get them sail on off in that direction. I heard a torpedo. That isn't going to be good. You aren't going to be too happy if you keep going in that direction. What are you trying to avoid? I think I've got the torpedo avoidance on, but I don't particularly like it. Our ships are slowly turning around, but it's taking a little bit of time. We may lose the St. Paul. Just being absolutely hammered. We cannot deploy smoke on this thing anymore. May end up having a friendly collision at this rate. I think this ship was coming in for a supportive role, but it's going to be doing more harm than good right now. Yeah, we definitely need to get our ships down here. We are manoeuvring slowly. Kind of need to get these ships out of here. Come on, battleships. Maneuver faster, please. Torpedoes are in the water now. That is very dangerous. The Richmond may get collared here. St. Paul is not looking good. How are they going to get away from that? That's the good question. They're still hammering St. Paul. It may be a case of abandoned ship. We are launching torpedoes at the enemy still. They seem to be all having a little wiggle. That is very close. We have just about managed to avoid that torpedo. Thankfully, that is marvellous. Need our ships to begin coming down here. Come on, battleships. Gonna wiggle on. The St. Paul is still hanging in there. This is the St. Paul, not looking too good. It's taken significant damage, lots of flooding. These are the older model, but they were built to have plenty of armour on. But at this range, the 6.6-inch cannons will get through the armour. We've just sank another armoured cruiser. That is excellent. That one was going for this ship, so it may increase the chances of it actually getting there now. We do have this ship also looking like it's going to sink. More flooding. You see that? That was a deflection. Not bad. This is probably going to go down by the looks of things. They're a green crew apparently. And they are not very good at keeping above the waterline apparently. I've quite a few of them do this now. Oh no, St. Paul just took another hit, which is going to cause flooding. However, this ship will go down, you'd think. 2%. It's trying to recover, but it is done. That is good. That's another one down. St. Paul is really struggling now, but it is still moving. We're just going to keep them heading away from the enemy. We have 3 of our light cruisers floating around here. Not entirely sure why they are there, but they're having a go. We've got our battleships coming back in for another play now. Oh wow, that's been hammered. We need to get these ships more organised again. These battleships are looking quite nice. Getting a little bit more organised now. We've just done some massive hits on them. That is marvellous. Nice. That's probably going to go down after that. Even more. We need to get these light cruisers back into a good position. They are trying, but they're being a little bit disorganised. They are getting there though. This is looking a little bit dangerous. Do we have any torpedoes left? Oh, we do. We've launched one already. Look at this. We're continuous hits now on some of these. Oh, that is going down. That's just been absolutely hammered. Excellent. That just took some hits. Excellent. We are hitting these ships quite nicely now. Not bad at all. Another torpedo in the water. That isn't good. Oh, there's several. Oh man, quick, pause this. This is going to be entertaining. There are several torpedoes coming out of that ship. 3 of them. We have the torpedo avoidance arm, but we have damaged ships here, which probably are, this may be the end of the Biloxi. Taking hits. Oh no, it's not going to look pretty. Oh no. Please don't be another. Oh, it is. Ooh, that is not good. The Biloxi has been. That's probably going to go down. That's too much in one hit. That really is. Detach that. Now it's gone. That's it. It's gone. 2 torpedoes hammered that. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. St. Paul is still surviving somehow. They're limping away. I have them just gradually going in that direction. We're getting some good hits on these now, actually. A lot of these have been hammered like that. The I can't even say that, is definitely going to be going down. Lots of flooding. Torpedo has detonated in the water. Our fleet is coming back around. Another ship gone. This one got hit by a stray torpedo. Another one is going down. We're making light work of these ships now. We are getting hit, but it's nothing significant or to worry about. Still getting some good hits on these, even at that distance. Continuously hitting them. And another one is down. This is looking good. It doesn't look like there's that much of their fleet left. These ships are just hastily trying to catch up. We're not too bad. Somebody is damaged because they can't get up to full speed. Regardless, the others really are trying to get there. This armoured cruiser is having a hard time. It's being hammered by our battleships just in the background. Look at that. Oh, the water's rushing in there. That's it. Gone. Excellent. What we like to see. We are just picking them off now. We're even hitting these from this rather large distance, like so. From over here. Not sure what that distance is. It's only 2.2 kilometers, but it just shows training level is supreme in this. Look at that, absolutely hammered. 5 hits continuously, 6, 7 hits, 8, 9. Look at that, it's going down big time. There's gonna be another one gone. This is gonna be the end of the Spanish fleet. This was majority of all of their ships. Not looking good for them. They don't have many left, to be completely honest. We've got this one over here, which is coming in for a look. They've got plenty of torpedoes, but I'm hoping that we can eliminate that before it gets too close. As San Francisco doesn't have any torpedo ammunition left. They are nice ships, aren't they? Much better over the previous. There's another ship gone as well. Get ready for it. Look at that. Not bad at all. That is that one gone as well. Excellent. That just got royally slapped. 6-inch guns, which are on the side of the battleships, did a lot. The 9.9-inch guns also absolutely smashed them. It doesn't look like there's that many of them left. So we better maneuver our ships around. That would appear to be the last one that we can actually see, and it's not going to survive too long if it carries on. A lot of their ships are just sinking now. So we better get these around. That just took a big hit. Taking on water already. Nothing else for them to shoot at apart from this. Somehow this ship, the St. Paul, is still alive. Look at the side of that. There's not much left on it. The engines are damaged. So much flooding. Yet it lives on. Now this is the old ones. Imagine what the new ones are going to be like, which have improved resistance and everything else, so they can get more punishment before are crippled. This ship is not having a good day. Absolutely smashed. Commanders are dead. The rudder's gone. Lots of fires. Water everywhere. It's going down thoroughly. Not having a good day. Should be the last one. Look at that, going in. Got a lifeboat there, it would appear to be. This won't even be able to shoot it anymore. It's nearly gone. There we go, that's it. I think we've sank all of them. We lost, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We lost 2 light cruisers and we destroyed the entirety of the Spanish fleet. That is a good result. I'm happy with these battleships. They are a vast improvement over the previous. They've took a couple of hits, but nothing really did them any damage. Not bad at all. So look at this one. We took a slight more at the front, but that's to be expected. There is less armour on the bow, but not bad at all. We've got plenty of hits in. Nice. Let me know what you think of this. Is the new battleship to your expectations? How would you improve it further? How would you do that? Because this is at maximum weight capacity for what I've got. What do you think of the Augusta class? These are the old ones. Are the new armoured cruisers and such going to be an improvement upon this? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is the final after action report. Nice. And for those that are interested, ship stats. Battleships dealt a lot of damage. Not bad at all.